This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, a local group is getting the word out about child abuse. Find out about a special event they are part of this month. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Cara and I'm ready for local information overload. Are you? Here comes your headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Emergency crews responded to a multi-vehicle crash this morning in West Hazleton. It happened around 10:15 on Route 93 at the entrance to the Valmont Plaza. The northbound lanes of Route 93 had to be closed and debris was scattered in both the north and southbound lanes. Emergency responders and firefighters responded. No word on injuries or how many vehicles were involved. Their message is there is no excuse for child abuse. Lisa Sugart has more on a special month-long effort designed to increase awareness and prevent child abuse.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and one organization in our area is looking to increase awareness and prevent child abuse. Here to tell us all about it is Mary Angie Schell. She is the Executive Director of United Charities in West Hazleton. She is also the chairperson for the Child Advocacy Committee. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us what this month is all about and what you hope to achieve through it.
Okay. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, as you mentioned, and the Child Advocacy Committee has been in existence since 1991 at the bequest of Stella Coleman, who, upon her passing, donated money to the United Way of Greater Hazleton. And they decided to put together a team, a multidisciplinary team of public, private, United Way agencies, interested individuals with the express purpose of preventing child abuse. So since 1991, we've been doing all kinds of things from grants, from educational resources, to this year, we're looking to team with Catholic Social Services to provide a resource and a dedication on April 6th of child abuse prevention, because our belief is there's no excuse for child abuse, and with so many people aware of services, aware of things, we think that we can, make an impact on the community. Also, with the involvement of SSPTV, we're going to be doing public service announcements along with the students from Misericordia University, their social work program. So we're real excited, to be able to get that message across, that we're here. There are many resources. There's numbers to call, and we can get that point across and hopefully prevent child abuse.
Now, if people watching right now say, I need more information about this, is there one place to go, or where do they look for the information?
In the information, there's 211 is another part of the United Way that the funding is received, and that's a program where if you have, I don't know where to call, I'm seeing something, I don't know what I should do, 211 can give you the information and the necessary direction. There's Childline, there's, the agencies themselves that you can call, children and youth in the various counties. So there's very many things. United Way itself can direct people to the appropriate agency. So there's so much information, out there, and there's so much service and support that we want all children to be safe, all children to have a wonderful life and grow up to be healthy, happy, productive adults.
All right, well, we hope that this is important. We know this is important information. We hope it helps you. If you know of someone who needs this information or needs help, contact the many agencies, organizations that Mary Angie told us about. You will be back, or other people will be back, to give us much more on what is happening this month. So keep up the good work, and I hope you're helping a lot of people.
Thank you. And again, the committee is part, the United Way, it's member agencies and public and private interested individuals. So if any questions, feel free to give us a call, because again, we all want to work together, to live out what Stella Coleman wanted, to prevent child abuse.
Thank you, Lisa. A program acknowledging the importance of the issue will take place tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Catholic Social Services Family Center in Hazleton. Information will be available from community-based child advocacy agencies. To register, call 570-455-1521, or you can email Kristen at csshazelton.org. A limited number of tickets are available for a We Are Hazleton fundraiser to benefit the Hazleton Police Department. Enjoy an evening of wine, cigars, and music Friday at 7 p.m. at Smoke Ring Cigar Bar on North Vine Street in Hazleton. The donation is $100 per person or $175 for a couple. Tickets must be purchased in advance at Capriotti's in McAdoo, the Cigar Box in the Laurel Mall, and Smoke Rings. For more information, you can call Smoke Rings at 570-497-4089. Yesterday marked the premiere of Wild 'Bout Huntin' on SSPTV. A new episode airs nationally each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on the Hunt channel and then every Monday at 4:30 p.m. on SSPTV. Producer and host Dennis Gans is thrilled with the reaction.
It's been good. We had a good reaction from everybody on Saturday. Got a lot of messages and a lot of congratulations through social media and just messages to our phones and stuff. So folks were watching it on the Hunt channel, and then I got a lot of calls yesterday and a lot of compliments on how it looked, and people watching it locally here on SSPTV. So it's been a lot of fun, and it kicked off really well. So hopefully it continues that way, and everybody continues to enjoy the segments as they pop up.
You can watch Wild 'Bout Huntin' tonight at 9:30 p.m. on SSPTV with additional rebroadcasts throughout the week. How would you like to win tickets to see the greatest show on earth at Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza? The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus present Circus Extreme April 28th through May 1st. We have a family 4-pack of tickets for one lucky viewer. Call us now, 570-459-9813, extension 104. Leave your name and phone number. One lucky name will be drawn at random. So call us now and good luck. Coming up next, Dennis Gans is back, but this time he's going to talk about the Hazleton Archery Club and why it's so important to him and why you should check it out. And coming up in sports, Hazleton area's head football coach shares some memories of the state's winningest coach, George Curry.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Brandon's Forever Home will host a summer camp. The 5-week camp will run Monday through Friday from June 13th until July 16th. Choose from full day or half day camp for children in kindergarten through 6th grade. Space is limited and the camp is open to all children. Brandon's Forever Home children are free. For more information or to register, you can call 570-926-5117 or check out brandonsforeverhome.com. There's this great episode of The Office where they're raising money, I think, to fight rabies or something, and their manager, Michael Scott, wants them to find a celebrity. That's a big thing, to raise funds. If you want to raise funds, find a celebrity. Well, the man sitting next to me is going to be on national television. This is Dennis Gans. He is the producer and host of Wild 'Bout Huntin'. See that on the Hunt channel and here locally on SSPTV. But you're here today to talk about something near and dear to your heart, the Hazleton Archery Club. You're raising some funds for them. Why is this so important to you? You seem like you really care about this place.
Well, it is. The Hazleton Archery Club has a lot to offer. It's been around for many years. I think it initially started its location in the Tresco area. It's now moved over to, it's called the Hazleton Archery Club, but it's moved over to the Freeland area, Woodside Drive in Butler Township. So, and it's a huge facility, and there's just a lot of potential for it. It used to be a very thriving club, open to the public and a large membership, and over the years it just dissipated, and we're trying to revive that and bring that back to something that can offer a lot to those who are interested in archery or never ever shot archery before.
So you have a GoFundMe page set up right now. We'll put the link up. And what will the funds be used for? What are you looking to target? You said that down the road you'd like to offer classes, but right now you're just looking at upgrades and equipment.
Right. Right now what we need is we really need to replace all of our targets, whether it's our 3D targets for our outdoor course, our targets on our outdoor target range, all the bags and that, and also in the indoor range. That's the main priority, because if we don't have the right targets for folks to come and shoot at, with the way that the equipment is today, the bows are so fast, crossbows, whatnot, they're going to, with old antiquated targets, the arrows are going to go through it, people are going to lose arrows, are going to break arrows, and that costs a lot of money. We want to make sure that we provide a facility that people can come, shoot, have a great time, enjoy the experience, but not ruin their equipment while they're there either.
I always see signs that say 3D range or 3D. What is that exactly? What does that mean? I always get excited. I picture like Martians there. I don't know what I picture, but what is a 3D range?
Right, 3D range is basically lifelike targets, deer, elk, antelope, turkeys, whatnot. And we have 25.5 acres that the club owns, and we have a 3D course set up through the wooded area on trails, and you'll go from station to station, and you can shoot at different distances. We even have 2 elevated stands that you can go up into a platform and shoot at 4 different targets off of an elevated stand. We have one area where you're shooting across water. So it's a really nice course. It's very scenic. It's a great time for you just to get out and get away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, or go out with your family, your wife. My wife and my son, we love doing it. It's a really nice 2 hours out of the day just to go and shoot and just have a good time.
So this is for everybody. I mean, I was a pretty good shot when I was a Boy Scout, and I used to do it at Bishop Hayfie. We did archery for a gym class. So really for anyone. I mean, people like me who might just enjoy the sport, and for serious hunters. So hit on that, and then how can people get their hours, or how do they do that?
Sure, absolutely. We're open to the public, and we also have memberships. You don't have to be a member to enjoy the amenities that we have there. There are different fees, and we'll have that all available here for you. But if you want to join, you can go to our Facebook page, and you can reach out to us. I usually do a lot of the managing on there, so I'll be the person responding to you. Or you can email us at hazelton_archeryclub@yahoo.com, and we'll get back to you there. We don't have open hours all the time because it is a volunteer club, but usually we post any events or things that are going on our Facebook page, and you can reach out to us and get that through there. If you want to join, you can also call our treasurer, Leo McHugh, at 570-956-9223, and he can get you an application and get you signed up that way.
All right, very exciting. Please help out the Hazelton Archery Club. Will we see some of your archery skills in season 1 of Wild Bout Hunting at all? Or
I think you will, the good and the bad.
Dennis, it's always a pleasure. Check out Wild Bout Hunting.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Well, at least it was sunny today because it was very cold, and we will see the 50s soon, though, as we take a look at our weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly clear and cold with a low of 19 degrees. And then temperatures go up and then back down later in the week. Here's our 4-day outlook. Increasing clouds on Wednesday, chance of rain between 9 p.m. There is just increasing clouds during the day, high of 47. At night, there is a chance of rain between 9 p.m. and midnight. The low will be 40 degrees. It will be breezy with gusts as high as 33 miles per hour. On Thursday, we get up to 52 degrees, 80% chance of showers. Thursday night, our low will be 32 degrees, another 80% chance of rain showers, also a chance of snow showers. Friday, 40% chance of rain and snow showers before 9 a.m., mostly cloudy, high of 41 degrees. Friday night, 30% chance of showers before 9 p.m., low of 25. On Saturday, partly sunny, high of 37, and Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low of 20 degrees. We move on to the green screen. Midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 78, pick 3, 093, pick 4, 9885, and pick 5, 86031. We have Law Talk coming up, and after the break in sports, we'll continue to remember George Curry.
Hello again to Falvello Law Talk segment on SSPTV. Today we're going to talk once again about auto insurance. It's not a topic we can really cover with you viewers in 2-minute segments all at once. So today we're going to talk about really basic coverage in the auto world, and that's full tort versus limited tort. We've talked about this many times before, but it's always important to I think, to review it and make sure you know what you're buying as an auto insurance consumer. Here's the big difference. Full tort, you retain all your rights to make a claim regardless of your injury. Limited tort, you give up a lot of those rights. It becomes very subjective in the determination of how serious your injury is. And what that means is that unless you have a serious injury, as defined by law, you cannot make a claim for your pain and suffering. And that's very difficult to determine. As I said earlier, it's very subjective, but why leave that to chance? For a couple extra premium dollars, you buy the full tort, and for maybe another $30 or $40, $50 a year, if you give that up and buy limited tort, you could be giving up thousands in pain and suffering damages. It's something to consider very seriously. And even though your agent may say, hey, you have full coverage, that full coverage may involve limited tort. So ask about full tort and limited tort, and by all means, if it's something you can afford and something that you want, don't give up your right to seek pain and suffering damages for a few extra premium dollars.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The first time I spoke with Hazleton area football head coach Mike Brennan, he told me how excited he was to have the chance to coach against George Curry. I didn't even ask him about that. He had a great relationship with Pennsylvania's all-time winningest coach, and he shared some memories and thoughts of Curry after his passing last week. It's a rainy day outside of the Hazleton area high school. Inside, Hazleton area head football coach Mike Brennan is talking about his colleague, his friend, longtime Berwick coach George Curry. About 20 miles away, Curry's family and friends are laying him to rest. I asked Brennan if he feels an era has ended in Pennsylvania high school football, while drawing a parallel to college football after the passing of Penn State's longtime coach Joe Paterno. Brennan takes me back to a rainy night from his childhood.
I remember probably the first game I saw Coach Curry coach was, I think, at North Schuylkill back in the 70s. I was about 7 years old. And John Pruitt played running back. It was a rainy night. I was a young kid, but it made an impression. And I remember going to games at Crispin Field when they played Saturday nights and going to lots of games throughout the years with my dad. And, you know, where he was this giant of a man, you know, decades ago. And I was a young kid who sort of dreamed of coaching, you know. So the parallels between Coach Paterno and Coach Curry are really interesting. You know, when you think about it, how much Coach Paterno meant to Penn State and Pennsylvania, how much Coach Curry meant to the Berwick community and to northeastern Pennsylvania and high school football everywhere. It's really a unique situation. I don't think we've been able to grasp just how special it was to have him in our backyard.
When Brennan got his first coaching job at his alma mater, Nativity High School, Curry reached out to him.
Coach had the uncanny knack, I think, of just knowing how to handle people. I remember my first head coaching job back in 1998 at Nativity High School. He wrote me a handwritten note, spoke to him, invited me to the quarterback camp, invited our players to the quarterback camp. You know, he took care of everyone, not just his own, own players. Took care of players across northeastern Pennsylvania for years, and he was so well respected by so many college coaches. He's really been so important in the lives of so many of us as players and coaches. And he was the dean of the Wyoming Valley Conference coaches, and for me to come here to Hazleton area and have a chance to compete against him, and to get to know him even more was certainly something I'll cherish.
That note started an ongoing relationship that included a lot of 7-on-7s, including one that Brennan will never forget. It happened at Crispin Field in Berwick in the early 2000s, while Brennan was still at Mount Carmel High School.
And we were a very good football team. We ended up being 15-0. We were the only undefeated football team in the state of Pennsylvania that year, won a state championship, and they were a good football team as well. And he was so competitive and wanted to win so much. They drove down the field in 10 plays, and they didn't score. And we kept stopping them. We had some really good players. Julie Cabbage was our safety. He was an all-stater, went to William & Mary, among others. But he ran about 18 or 20 plays. He would not stop the possession. Coach, one more. Mike, one more. He would not stop the possession until he scored, and he ran about 10 extra plays. But he was that competitive, where it was that important for him to get in the end zone, and that important for him to finish on a positive note with his kids.
Curry ended on a very positive note with his players. Here's Hazleton Area School District Athletic Director Fred Barletta Jr. talking about Curry's final regular season home game at Crispin Field.
I'm sorry that it had to come to this, but if you watched at Crispin Field the last home game there, when over 300 of his former players showed up to make that gauntlet, and you saw not only George get emotional, but you saw these players. And if you talk to these players and how they talked in this reverent term about Coach Curry, there certainly was a connection there. Any player of his that now teaches in the Hazleton School District, and I think there's about 3 of them, he went to bat for them. He would call, hey, they're applying for a job in Hazleton. I want to tell you what kind of kid he is. And that's the way George was.
And that's the way George was. Tomorrow on FYI, as we continue to remember George Curry, we will hear from the Standard Speaker Sports editor Dave Seaman and our very own Ron Marchetti. Right now, let's go to the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. Haley Bird only gave up 4 hits and had 9 strikeouts in the circle for the Lady Spartans as North Schuylkill blanks Schuylkill Haven. North Schuylkill is now 3-0 on the season. In boys volleyball, Hazelton area swept past Hanover area. Thomas Davidic, he had 22 assists, 4 kills, and 5 digs in the Big HA's victory. That will do it for sports. I'm sure everyone is still tired from last night's national championship basketball game, so when we come back, I'll wrap things up quickly and we can all get some rest. Happy Wing Night! It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Hey golfers, have we got the perfect vacation spot for you? Myrtle Beach. Signature Golf Packages builds and reserves the finest and most reasonably priced Myrtle Beach vacations. From scheduling your golf tee times to making your hotel accommodations. Oceanfront to golf course villas. Mark Passon, a Hazelton native, has been doing this for 10 years. Expect excellent customer service, local knowledge of all the courses, and the best golf vacation of a lifetime. Call now to learn all of the specials that Signature Golf Packages can offer you or your group. 866-462-9885 or book now at signaturegolfpackages.com.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the annual Shenandoah Kielbasi Festival, featuring the homemade, non-commercial kielbasi making contest, is set for May 21st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on North Main Street. The event is sponsored by the revitalization group Downtown Shenandoah Incorporated. For more information about this event, please call DSI 570-462-2060 or check out downtownshenandoah.com. Our next announcement, a spring craft fair is being organized to benefit youth with a mission, which will be traveling to Bolivia in 2017. The craft fair is set for April 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the 4U2 Rent Event Center in Nanticoke. The group is now reserving vendors and participants. For info, just call 570-899-2264. And finally, the Lehigh Valley Health Network New Health Center in Mountaintop will be holding a free orthopedic foot and ankle pain information session Wednesday, April 6th from 5:30 to 6:30. Please call the RSVP 570-501-6204. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Rose Palco, formerly of Hazelton. Mass is Thursday at 10 a.m. in the Holy Rosary Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Firo Funeral Home. Dorothy Sable of Beaver Meadows. Funeral is Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the St. Peter and Paul Byzantine Catholic Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 at the church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. And Bernice Ann Henry of Hazel Township. Arrangements will be announced by the Butler Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Dominic Kundro of Hazelton. Dominic, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Studying the Cold War, students from the Freeland Middle School took a quick trip to their local post office to check out the basement. It used to be used as a fallout shelter that would have been used if there was a nuclear attack. The class's teacher, Nicole Mikas, says her students were thrilled to see the impact the Cold War era had on their area and interested to learn how students used to have nuclear drills instead of the restricted movement lockdown drills they do today. You can read more about that story in the Standard Speaker from Tuesday. That's it for now on FYI. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.